Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing well. In this video I've come up with something new. I'll teach a new subject. In all my earlier videos you must have seen IDT chapters only, IDT lectures were there and some motivational videos were also there, but this is the first time I'm teaching any subject apart from IDT. Okay, so this is basically a summary summary of CA final law, CA final company law, new syllabus. So we'll do super fast revision of company incorporated outside India chapter. So this is just the revision chapter, means this is just the revisionary video, means I'll not discuss this chapter in detail. So make sure that you have studied this chapter at least once, so that this summary video will be beneficial for you. You'll get more confidence if you have studied this chapter at least once. So I would advise you all to study this chapter and then see my video, this summary video. Okay, and please do watch till the end because this video is going to be very helpful for you, and this video is applicable for CA final students December 21 exams. And if this chapter is there in CS or CMA final also, then you can also follow this, but this I'm making specifically for CA final students, new syllabus students. Okay, so let's start the summary. This chapter is companies incorporated outside India. Okay, this is summary of important penalties. Important penalties. One important penalty is there, section 392. If any person contravenes the provisions of this chapter, means of chapter companies incorporated outside India. If any person contravenes the provisions of this chapter, then foreign company, means this chapter is basically for foreign company, so foreign company should be punishable with fine rupees 1 lakh to 3 lakhs. And in case of continuing offence, means if this offence is done again, if this is a continuing offence, then additional fine will be imposed, that will be up to 50,000 per day. And what is the penalty on defaulting officer? So every defaulting officer foreign company will be fined rupees 25,000 to 5 lakh, means minimum 25,000 and maximum 5 lakh. So this one is the important penalty of this chapter 392. Foreign company will be imposed with 1 lakh to 3 lakh. Additional fine is 50,000 per day, and defaulting officer will be fined with 25,000 to 5 lakhs. Now this is a summary of important forms. Four forms are there in this chapter. This important forms are there: FC1, FC2, FC3 and FC4. So FC1 is for the application for registering foreign company in India. Means for this foreign company has to make an application for registration to ROC. So this form for application is FC1. Now FC2 is alteration in documents, means foreign company has to submit certain documents to ROC, and if there is any alteration in those documents, then that can be done with this form FC2. FC3 is list of all places of business established in India as on the balance sheet date. Means foreign company is supposed to make the list of all the places that established in India as on the balance sheet date. So that list of place of business, that will be made in form FC3. This list will be made in form FC3, and this list will be as on the balance sheet date, this list will be made. Now FC4 is annual return. Foreign company has to submit annual return. That annual return will be submitted in form FC4, and this foreign company shall prepare annual return this in FC4, and this is to be filed with ROC within 60 days, of last day of financial year. Okay, and it should contain the particulars as on the last day of financial year. So this is about annual return. Now definition of foreign company. Foreign company means any company or body corporate incorporated outside India, means any company or body corporate which is incorporated outside India, plus two conditions are there. These two conditions must be satisfied cumulatively. First condition is that it must has a place of business in India, whether by itself or through an agent, physically or through electronic mode. And second condition is that it conducts any business activity in India in any other manner. Means if any company or body corporate is incorporated outside India, but it doesn't have any place of business in India, or and it doesn't conduct any business activity, then that will not be called as foreign company. Foreign company means which one is incorporated outside India, company or body corporate is incorporated outside India, and it has a place of business in India, and it conducts business activity in India. This is important. Okay, this one is section 2 subsection 42. Only having the place of business in India is not enough. That foreign company must conduct business activity in India, then only it will fall under this section, section 2 subsection 42. And this place of business can be by itself, or this can be through an agent, and this business can be conducted through physically or through electronic mode. So this is about definition of foreign company, section 2 subsection 42. Now documents which are required to be delivered to ROC by foreign company. Foreign company is supposed to deliver some documents to ROC. Now what are those documents? First one is certified copy of charter or statute or MOA or AOA in English. If not in English, a certified translation is in English needs to be submitted. Certified copies to be of charter statute is to be submitted, or MOA, memorandum of association, article of association is to be submitted in English, and if that is not in English, then a certified translation needs to be submitted. Second one is full address of foreign company office, means foreign company office in India. Then full address of the principal or registered office, means two offices will be there. Now one office, principal office, will be there outside India, so that foreign company is supposed to provide the full address of the office which is situated outside India, and the one which is situated in India, that company's addresses also need to be submitted. Next one is name and address of the person resident in India, that is I.E. that is authorized to accept documents or notices in India. Means a person who is resident in India and who is authorized to accept the documents or notices in India, the name of that person and address of that person is required to be submitted to ROC. Then list of directors or secretaries of company and the particulars is required to be submitted to ROC. Then any dates of opening or closing place of business, means when this business was opened, when it was closed, so date should be mentioned. Closing place of business in India earlier. Closing place of business in India earlier when it was closed, earlier when it was open. Any dates of opening or closing place of business in India earlier. Next one is declaration that none of the directors are convicted or debarred from formation of companies in India or abroad. Means the declaration needs to be submitted by foreign company that none of its directors are convicted from formation of foreign companies in India or abroad. Then other information which are required is other information is required, means as specified other information which one is specified, which one is required, that needs to be submitted to ROC. Then it's given above information must be delivered to ROC within 30 days of establishment of place of business in India in form FC1. So these all information must be delivered within 30 days, means when the place of business is established in India, from that date, means we'll count 30 days. So within 30 days from that date, this information is to be delivered to ROC, and this information will be delivered in form FC1. Remember over here we did this FC1. See this FC1. It's given application for registering foreign company in India. So this is FC1. Means when application is given for registration of foreign company in India, then certain documents are to be submitted for registration. So this application for registration is made in FC1, or you can say this are submitted above information, that list of information that is submitted in FC1. So you can say application submitted in FC1 or documents are submitted in FC1, both are same. Basically registration is done of foreign company in India through FC1. Next one, these documents shall be delivered to ROC having jurisdiction over New Delhi. If there is any alteration in the document submitted above, it shall be delivered to ROC within 30 days of such alteration, form FC2 plus fees. So this New Delhi, you have to remember this can come in MCQ. This documents shall be delivered to ROC having jurisdiction over New Delhi, and if there is any alteration in the documents, then it shall be submitted within 30 days of the alteration, and this will be submitted in FC2, and plus fees also, fees need to be paid. Then accounts of foreign company. Every foreign company shall prepare and file with ROC a balance sheet and PL. Balance sheet and PL will be filed with ROC. If any document is not in English language, then a certified translation copy must be annexed. Every foreign company shall prepare a list of all places of business established in India in form FC3 as on the balance sheet date, and must be filed with ROC along with balance sheet and PL. This FC3 form also we have done just now. This FC3 form, a foreign company shall prepare the list of all places of business and it will be submitted to ROC. This list will be made in form FC3, and this list will be made as on the balance sheet date, and this will be filed with balance sheet and PL to ROC. Means this form FC3 will be filed to ROC along with balance sheet and PL. Now preparation of financial statements. Financial statements of Indian business operations shall be in Schedule 3. All such documents relating to consolidated financial statements of parent foreign company as submitted by company in its country of incorporation shall also be filed. Means the first financial statement of Indian business operation means the foreign company which is situated in India, means the Indian address company. The financial statements of Indian business operation that will be made as per the Schedule 3 format. Then the documents relating to the consolidated financial statements of foreign company, means relating to consolidated financial statement, also all the documents which are submitted in country of incorporation, means which are submitted outside India, those documents shall also be filed. Now company shall also file along with financial statement a statement with respect to related party transactions, repatriation of profits and transfer of funds. So this statements will also be filed with financial statements. First is related party transaction statement, then repatriation of profit statement, and then transfer of funds. Now documents will needs to be filed within 6 months from the 6 months of the close of financial year. The documents which this financial statement, they are saying about this financial statement, these documents will be filed within 6 months of the close of financial year, and this 6 months extension can be given by maximum 3 months, means additional 3 months can be given, maximum 3 months. Now provisions of Companies Act section 128 to 148 and rules shall also apply to foreign company. Simple. So many dates are there, you must remember this properly. Till now how many dates we have done? Let's just see again where no date was there. In this also, FC1 is to be delivered within 30 days of establishment of place of business, then alteration. FC2 is to be delivered within 30 days of such alteration. Then date was, next date was FC3 is to be submitted along with balance sheet PL. Then about financial statement documents, they are saying in this preparation of financial statement, financial statements are prepared, then documents are need to be delivered to ROCs, as they have said. Now all such documents which are submitted in country of incorporation, those documents need to be submitted to ROC. So the documents which are this documents is to be submitted within 6 months, and additional 3 months is given. Now service of documents on foreign company shall be deemed to be sufficiently served if addressed to any person whose name and address was delivered to ROC under section 380 authorized person in India, and left at or by post to address which was delivered to ROC or by electronic mode. Remember in this point, see properly over here, in documents to be delivered to ROC, in this point number D, name and address of person resident in India that is authorized to accept or accept documents or notices in India. So when foreign company makes application for registration to ROC, then means so the foreign company in India makes application for registration to ROC, then ROC demands for this one, name and address of the person who is resident in India. Why this name and address of this person is demanded? Because the notice which is related to the documents which are related to the foreign company, that if it is sent to the person resident in India, if it's sent to documents are addressed to the person resident in India, and if it is sent to the address that is provided of person resident in India, then it will be deemed that the documents is served to the foreign company. Even if it is not served actually to foreign company, but if it is served to the person resident in India, then it will be termed as sufficiently served to foreign company. That's why his name and address was demanded by ROC. Because ROC will not deliver this this documents to actual foreign company, means to the foreign company incorporated outside India. It will address to the person resident in India, this authorized person resident in India. See this point? Shall be deemed to be sufficiently served if addressed to any person whose name and address was delivered to ROC under 380 authorized person in India, and if it is left at by post to the address which was delivered to ROC or by electronic mode, or even if it is said by electronic mode also, then it will be deemed as sufficiently served. Means okay, normally sufficiently served, it will be termed as sufficiently served only when it is delivered to the actual registered person, but in this case it is not delivered to the actual, means not to the registered office, It is delivered to the foreign company in India. Now, dating of prospectus and particulars to be contained therein. This section is applicable with respect to any prospectus issued by a company incorporated outside India or to be incorporated outside India. Now, this section relating to prospectus. This section is applicable to any company which is incorporated outside India or which is to be incorporated, means which is not yet incorporated but it will be incorporated outside India, to be incorporated. No person shall issue, circulate or distribute in India any prospectus to subscribe for securities of a company incorporated outside India unless it is dated and signed. Means prospectus is generally issued. Why prospectus are issued? Prospectus is issued so that the company can raise money. Company can issue securities and raise money from the investors. So that's why they have given no person shall issue, circulate or distribute in India any prospectus to subscribe for the securities of a company. When any company wants their shares to get subscribed, they issue the prospectus, they circulate the prospectus. So if the company incorporated outside India cannot issue prospectus, cannot circulate or distribute prospectus in India unless it is dated and signed. Means it must be dated and signed, then only it can circulate in India. It shall contain the details, namely, what are the details that should be contained in prospectus? Law under which company was incorporated, Indian address where documents can be inspected, date and country of incorporation, address of principal office in India if any, instrument defining the constitution of company. So again recap, law under which company was incorporated, Indian address where documents can be inspected, Indian address needs to be provided, then date and country of incorporation, then address of principal office in India, address of principal office in India if any, instrument defining the constitution of company. So these are the details which needs to be presented, which needs to be disclosed in prospectus. Now it shall also contain the matters as specified under section 26. Application form will be accompanied with the prospectus. Okay, under 26 also, under section 26 also certain matters are specified. Those matters should also be present in prospectus. Now the application form will be with the prospectus, application form will be accompanied. Now provision as to experts consent and allotment. No person shall issue, circulate, distribute in India any prospectus if expert has not given his written consent. Means expert consent is must at the time of issuing prospectus. Means if there is no expert consent, then this prospectus cannot be issued. Now expert has withdrawn his consent before registration of prospectus. Expert, if first point is expert has not given his written consent. Okay, read this from beginning. No person shall issue, circulate, distribute in India any prospectus if first bullet is expert has not given his written consent, second bullet is expert has withdrawn his consent before registration of prospectus. Means first bullet is expert has not given his consent, second one is expert has given his consent but before registration of prospectus expert has withdrawn his consent. So ultimately it means expert has not given his consent in second one. Now third bullet is prospectus does not contain a statement that expert has given his consent and not withdrawn. Means there is no statement in the prospectus that expert has given his consent and he has not withdrawn his consent. So if this kind of situation is there, then no person shall issue, circulate or distribute any prospectus in India. Okay, so altogether it means that expert consent is necessary for issuance of prospectus. Okay, and that statement must also be there that expert has given his consent and he has not withdrawn. Now it's given expert statement is deemed to be included in the prospectus if it is contained in any report, etc., or reference to the same is given. If this expert statement is contained in any report or if the reference of this expert statement is given, then it will be deemed to be included in the prospectus. Then it is not necessary to specifically include in the prospectus. Okay, if it is contained in any report or if it's if the reference of expert statement is given, then it will be deemed to be included in the prospectus. Now concept of IDR, Indian Depository Receipts. Foreign company wants to raise funds from India, therefore what happens, therefore it issues its shares to the depository, to Indian depository. Such depository keeps the shares of foreign company with itself and issues IDR, means denominated in rupees, and issues IDR to Indian investors. Now what happens, such Indian investors' money is invested in idea which is ultimately passed on to the foreign company. Okay, try to understand the scenario. Foreign company wants to raise funds, so foreign company issues its shares to Indian depository. Now depository keep the shares of the foreign company with itself, and depository issues idea to Indian investors. Now Indian investors invest in this idea, so such investors' money is invested in idea which is ultimately passed on to the foreign company. In this way, through idea, foreign company raise funds from India. This is the concept of idea. Now registration of prospectus. Before issue, distribution, circulation of prospectus, foreign company shall deliver to ROC certified copy of prospectus. Means again one important condition is there before issuing of prospectus. So before issuing of prospectus, foreign company shall deliver to ROC certified copy of prospectus and states on the face of it that it has been delivered. Expert consent is attached to prospectus. Means certified copy of prospectus needs to be delivered to ROC, and on the face of prospectus it must be written delivered, that it has been delivered, and expert statement is required to be attached to the prospectus. So before issuance this must be done. It must be delivered to ROC, delivered, that it has been delivered must be stated on the face of it, and expert statement needs to be attached to the prospectus. Okay, so before issuance of prospectus, over here it was given expert consent was required and a statement that expert has not given his consent and has not withdrawn, that was necessary. Then one more point was given here, before issuance what must be done, it must be dated and signed. Now again it has written before issuance of prospectus it must be delivered to ROC, and it must on the face of it must be written that it has been delivered. Okay, means first it should be delivered to ROC, then it will be circulated. Copy of prospectus shall be certified by chairperson of company and two other directors of company. This see the word delivered to ROC, it is written delivered to ROC certified copy of prospectus, means a certified copy of prospectus is to be delivered to ROC. Certified copy means it should be certified by chairperson of the company and not or and two other directors of the company. So if it is certified by chairperson and two other directors of company, then only it will be delivered to ROC and then it will get issued. Now application of section 34 to 36 and chapter 20. Provision of section 34 to 36 shall apply to issue prospectus by company incorporated outside India under section 389 and issue of idea by foreign company 391 subsection 1. Subject to section 376, the provisions of chapter 22, that is winding up, shall apply for closure of a place of business of a foreign company in India as if it were a company incorporated in India, in case such foreign company has raised money through offer or issue of securities which have not been repaid or redeemed. Means they have given the reference to Companies Act provisions, they have given that provisions of 34 to 36 regarding issue of prospectus will be applied, will be applicable to the companies incorporated outside India. Means if the companies incorporated outside India issue prospectus under section 389, then the provision 34 to 36 will be applicable, and it will be also be applicable to the issue of idea by foreign company. Subject to section 376, the provisions of now the winding up provisions, that is provision of chapter 22, that will be applicable for if any foreign company, means if in a place of business of foreign company in India, if it is closed, then this winding up provisions will be applicable to that foreign company in India, and it will be deemed that means the provisions, this provision, and normally winding up provisions is applicable to the company incorporated in India. Okay, so the foreign company which is incorporated in India, means business of foreign company in India, will be deemed as a company incorporated in India. So keeping that in mind, this winding up provisions will be applicable, and it will be applicable only in case such foreign company has raised monies through offer or raised money through issue of securities and that money have not been repaid or redeemed, then only it will be applicable. So this completes a super fast revision of this chapter, companies incorporated outside India. Hope this was useful for you all. So kindly prepare next chapter. Next chapter will do NCLT, NCLAT. So kindly study that chapter at least once, so that it will be useful for you to do this then summary video very soon, by next day, or means by Very soon I'll upload the next lecture. Okay, maybe next day or day after tomorrow I'll upload the next lecture. So read that chapter, NCLT or NCLT. Okay, till then, happy studying. Bye bye, take care.